Hello and welcome to a new lesson for English learners in grade 7. My name is Sanja Božinović and I will be your English teacher today. Our today's topic is film industry. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to name some jobs in the film industry, to understand the short text about films when you read them, and to talk about the topic of the film industry. For this lesson, you need the internet connection and your tablet, your laptop, your mobile phone or some other gadget to follow this presentation and the links in it. And you need your notebook and a pencil to make some notes while learning from this lesson. If you have all you need for this lesson, let's start. The first activity in our lesson is the film industry ABC. ABC means that we are thinking about words related to the world of film, beginning with every letter of the alphabet. Like, for example, A, actor, B, blockbuster, C, composer. How many words can you add to this list in 1 minute? You can pause this video and try to complete your list. While completing your list, you can think about where to find more words. Maybe you can consult a dictionary. Maybe you can try this activity as a collaborative activity. Try to work with somebody from your class. Can you think of a word for every letter of the alphabet? Please try. After completing your list of words related to the world of film, beginning with every letter of the alphabet, please draw this KWL chart in your notebook. The first column of your chart will be for everything you already know about the film industry. Please add as many words, phrases, pieces of information as you can. Then think. What would you like to know about the film industry that you don't know now? Complete the second column. Please complete only the first and the second column and leave the third one for the end of this lesson. This is a list of jobs that are important in the film industry. Read carefully and see how many words you already know. What do we call a person who is responsible for everything that goes on while on the set? What is the word for somebody who is responsible for turning a script into a film on budget? What is the word for the job of a person who creates costumes and oversees clothing rentals? What do we call somebody in charge of the application of makeup on actors, actresses, extras, everybody on the film? What is the word for the job of a person who makes all the necessary props available? The person who creates music for the film? What is the word for a background actor or actress? You can pause this video now and write all these words. You have the first letters. Here are the answers. The jobs are film director, film producer, costume designer, makeup artist, prop master, composer, and an extra. If you don't have all the answers right, you can copy the definitions and try to think about how to make your own definitions and your own sentences to learn the words better. Of course, there are a lot more jobs in the film industry. What other jobs do you know? Where can you find the information about some other jobs in the film industry to learn the words to name them? Pause this video and make notes in your notebook. Of course, you can talk to your teacher, you can learn about the film industry in your English lessons. Then you can find the texts to read about the film industry in English, in Croatian, in some other languages, and then you can look up the words in the dictionary to learn the English words to name the jobs. Would you like to try any of the jobs from your list, and which? Why do you think it would be interesting? Finally, could you think about your choice to be involved in making a film or to just enjoy the final product, watching a film? Which is better? Is it better for you to be part of a film or to watch a film as a final product? Can you explain your choice in a few sentences? Please write your answer in your notebook. It's time for some reading. Please follow the link that you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, bit.ly/likefilm, or scan the code that you can see on the screen. Read the text and choose the best title for this text. Do you think that the title of this text should be "We Like Films," or "At the Cinema," or "Teenagers Like Blockbusters"? Here is the first part of the text if you haven't been able to scan the code or follow the link on the previous slide. You can read the first part of the text from this screen. Pay attention that some of the words are in bold and some are underlined. Think why. Maybe you will need them later. Here is the second part of the text. If you haven't been able to download the text, you can read it from the screen. Pay attention to the bold and underlined parts. Here is the third part of the text. Again, you can pause the video and read from the screen if you haven't downloaded the text. And here is the fourth part of the text. If you haven't downloaded the text, you can read it from this screen. Just pause and read. We have read the text, and now it's time for some activities. The first is to name the persons from the text. Who watches films on TV? Who goes to the cinema a lot? Who eats popcorn at the cinema? Who practices English with films? Who makes films? And who dreams of working in the film industry? If you need more time, or if you need to read again, you can go back to the text and find the answers. Of course, Amelia watches films on TV. Bridget and Christopher go to the cinema a lot. Christopher eats popcorn at the cinema and likes it. Christopher and Damien practice English with films. Damien makes his own films. And Christian and Damien dream of working in the film industry when they grow up. Please read carefully and correct these false statements about the text. You can pause the video now and write your answers in your notebook. Here are correct answers. Statement 1. Amelia likes films about teenagers. Bridget thinks that teen romances are horrible. Christopher likes cartoons. And Damien likes films inspired by true events. That makes the first statement false. Statement 2. No, they don't. Amelia likes watching TV and Damien likes making his own films. Statement 3 is false too. Only Amelia watches TV a lot after school. We don't know about the others. Statement 4. There are only two girls in the text. One of them, Amelia, likes films about teenagers, and the other one, Bridget, thinks they are horrible. So that statement is false too. It's time to get back to the text. Can you find the words in the text that have the meaning listed on this screen? 1. Something that helps you forget about your usual life or your usual problems. 2. The term for going to the cinema to watch films. 3. What do we call the feeling of sudden fear mentioned in the text? 4. What do we call the activity when we represent something in action? 5. What do we call a film with a relatively short running time as opposed to a feature film? And 6. What do we call a team of people with special skills who work together, like people working together on a film? These definitions come from 3 different dictionaries. You can see the links to the dictionaries in the bottom right-hand corner. You can use these online dictionaries too if you need a definition for a word in the text that you are learning. The words from the text are escape, movie-going, fright, act out, a short film, a film crew. Please pause this video and copy the words into your notebook. When you have copied the words, think of your own definition for every word. Imagine that a classmate is asking you to help him or her learn the new word. How would you explain to your friend what the word means? Write your own definition. Then, try to think of an example and write your sentence in which you will use the word. If you are not sure that your definition is good, or if you are not sure about your example, you can always go back and find the slide with the dictionaries and check the word in one of the mentioned dictionaries. In these sentences, there are some missing words, and you will see that these missing words are the same words that were emphasized in the text. Do you know what they mean? All, a lot or lots, some, any, a few, few. They are quantifiers. Read carefully these sentences and complete them with these quantifiers. All my friends like watching films, but only a few think of a career in the film industry. I have seen a lot of films. Some of the films I have seen are brilliant, but some are awful. Have you seen any interesting films recently? I hope you know all of these quantifiers. All znači svi, a lot, lots, puno, some, neki. Some is used in positive sentences, while any is used in negative sentences and the questions. A few, nekoliko par. A few has the positive meaning, while few without the article has negative meaning. How to use all of these. Imagine now again that your classmate needs help with the rules. Can you explain how to use the quantifiers above to your classmate? What would you advise your friend, your classmate, to do? Write your rules and examples in your notebook and share them with your teacher. A lot of people like watching films in English because they learn English from the films. Why do we like learning English from the films we watch? Here are some of the ideas. Because films have authentic language, they are about real life situations, That's why the conversations are real-life conversations. We have the visual context that helps us understand the words. They're imaginative, they're entertaining. Can you use some of these words to explain your reasons? Speak in complete sentences and record your message to share it with your teacher. Start, I like learning from the films I watch because, and then use some of the reasons that work for you. You can use some of the vocabulary that you can see on this slide. And if you can, please add one more reason. Your main speaking task for this lesson is to imagine that you have been interviewed for this lesson like the 4 characters from the text. Speak about what you find interesting about the film industry. Use some words from this lesson and try to explain what you like about films. Speak for approximately 1 minute. Make notes to prepare for your speech, but please do not read from your notes. Here is a rubric that will help you prepare your speech. In this rubric, you will see 4 criteria: the content of your speech, the vocabulary that you are going to use, the correct grammar in your speech, and the fluency of your speech. Please read carefully this rubric. It will help you prepare better for your speech. After you have completed the task, it's time to end this lesson. The final activity is completing your KWL chart. It's time to complete the last column. What have you learned? Please add as many pieces of information as you can, as many new words and new things that you have learned as you can. Your homework task for this lesson is to create your vocabulary set. You will create your digital vocabulary set using Quizlet.com. To create your own word cards, before you create the card, please check the spelling and the meaning of the words. Write the word on one side of the card and the definition or the translation of the word into Croatian on the other side. Don't forget to share your set with your classmates and your teacher and have a lot of fun playing with your set. The last activity in this lesson is your exit card. Please imagine that you can spin this wheel and choose one by one the activities that you can see. First, think about one thing that you already knew at the beginning of this lesson, then about one thing that you have learned in this lesson, something you are still confused about, something you would like to learn more about, and finally, try to sum up this lesson in one word. When you finish your exit ticket activity, it's the end of today's lesson. Goodbye until our new lesson.